They say Paris is a city of masterpieces. Today we'll show you where to find the story of its military history, an impressive chapel, and one of the most astonishing tombs in all of Europe, all in one location.
Good morning from Paris, where we just found a British-themed little cafe for breakfast. Very French beans, I think it was called. I forget the name.
I think so.
Yeah. Anyways, they make their own homemade baked beans. We didn't have I should have had some of those, actually. But we went there because we haven't had porridge for over a week, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
So it's a break from the croissants. So breakfast is done. Back to the hotel to get some things. And then it looks like the plan for the morning, at least, will be Musée de l'Armée, Army Museum, which hosts one of the largest collections in the world of military artifacts. And we read last night that apparently it's where the tomb of Napoleon Bonaparte is. Right. So that is going to be the adventure to start the day.
I'm just walking around. It's like these gorgeous buildings.
In Paris.
So happy they've been preserved.
Yeah. Today, we're exploring one of Paris's most fascinating and often overlooked treasures, the Musée de l'Armée. Located within the historic Hôtel des Invalides, this sprawling complex is home to centuries of French military history, breathtaking chapels, and the monumental tomb of Napoleon Bonaparte. We'll take you inside the museum, through the domes, crypts, and cathedral, and show you the exhibits that captivated us. This is one of the most significant military museums in the world.
Stick with us to the end, because we'll show you exactly what's worth seeing, a few hidden chapels most visitors miss, and why this landmark deserves a spot on your Paris itinerary, even if museums aren't usually your thing. And along the way, we'll share insights from our first-hand visit, so you'll know how to time your arrival, what to expect inside, and how to make the most of your day here.
Our main stop today was the Musée de l'Armée, located at Les Invalides in the heart of Paris. The complex sits just a short walk from the Seine and the Eiffel Tower.
From the outside, the museum immediately impresses. Gold-tipped domes and centuries-old stonework. Les Invalides was originally built in the 17th century as a home for wounded soldiers, and today is one of the most iconic architectural landmarks in Paris. The building at Hôtel des Invalides was completed in 1676 and housed up to 4,000 war veterans. Over the years, it served as a hospital for injured soldiers, as well as a retirement home for military veterans.
We arrived just before the museum opened at 10 a.m., which meant we were among the first inside. This museum houses one of the most extensive military collections in the world, spanning from medieval armor to modern warfare. It's more than a museum, it's a journey through the defining moments of French and European history. Here, you'll see real armor worn by knights, weapons used by generals, and personal items connected to figures like Napoleon himself. Visiting this place, you'll get a deeper understanding of France, not just as a nation, but as a force that shaped the world. Before stepping inside the first building, we saw artillery from the era of King Louis XI. A fascinating glimpse into how warfare evolved in France long before Napoleon's time.
Our first stop is to go inside the Dôme des Invalides. This building houses Napoleon's tomb. Here we found several chapels and tombs of important figures connected to the emperor, including Joseph Napoleon, each reflecting the prestige and legacy of France's ruling past. The Chapel of St. Ambrose features intricate religious artistry and offers a quiet space to appreciate just how deeply faith and military honor were intertwined in this monument. Above us, the dome soared overhead, glittering with gold and intricate artwork. Very impressive.
This space features the choir, altar, and a stunning bronze baldachin, inspired by the one in St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. It's a breathtaking fusion of art, architecture, and ceremony. Nearby, the Chapel of the Virgin stands in serene contrast, contemplative and beautifully preserved. We continued into the Chapel of St. Jerome, its artwork and vaulting details telling stories that date back centuries. There are also chapels dedicated to St. Augustine and St. Therese, demonstrating the spiritual depth woven into this military complex.
Finally, we reached Napoleon's tomb, the museum's most iconic site. His remains rest beneath the magnificent golden dome in a massive red sarcophagus carved from quartzite. The scale is overwhelming by design. Napoleon wanted visitors to bow their heads as they looked into the crypt, symbolizing his enduring authority. It feels less like a tomb and more like a temple. Napoleon Bonaparte was one of history's most iconic and controversial figures. After his death in 1821 on the island of St. Helena, Napoleon's remains were returned to France in 1840. This tomb, designed by architect Louis Visconti, took 2 decades to complete. It's an overwhelming display of imperial glory. Surrounding the sarcophagus are 12 victories statues symbolizing his military campaigns.
As we descend into the crypt, the atmosphere becomes even more reverent. A circular mosaic on the floor depicts the key battles of his empire. Okay, we just visited the Dôme des Invalides, Tomb of Napoleon. What did you think?
I think that he was a very wealthy individual.
That was quite the tomb.
Oh, wow.
Quite the tomb.
It was like red marble. It was huge. The whole dome itself is just magnificently decorated, murals, and just gorgeous.
Yeah, many
Lots of gold leaf.
chapels in the area, or many chapels inside. A very ornate altar, kind of that basilica style. Wow. And on the other side of it is the Church of St. Louis, I believe, which we're going to see if that's open now for visitation.
Directly connected to the royal dome is the Cathedral of St. Louis, once the soldiers' chapel. Back in the day, soldiers attended daily mass here. As you walk through, you can't help but notice the rows of captured enemy flags hanging from the vaults, trophies from centuries of French military campaigns. The cathedral itself is a beautiful example of classical architecture, a place of worship and remembrance. Inside, the church boasts an impressive pipe organ dating back to 1687.
When we came out of the church, the St. Louis church, we had sat in there for a bit, and you had mentioned the pews.
Oh, okay. They were so plush. Tons of padding.
Padding. The most comfortable pews we've ever sat in.
Oh, yeah.
They should have that in our church.
And we fall asleep.
Yeah, okay. Next, it was time to visit the main museum galleries. This museum contains a vast collection that traces centuries of military history. We started by exploring the old armor and weapons department, which feels like stepping straight into a medieval epic. Here you'll find incredible suits of armor, not just for knights, but for their horses too. The level of craftsmanship is extraordinary, each piece a work of art designed for battle. We saw armor belonging to French kings and famous knights. We walked past suits of armor, muskets, swords, and battlefield relics spanning more than 500 years. While reminding us of the brutality of war, we saw how military weaponry evolved over time, changing the face of warfare forever. It's a vivid reminder of a time when combat was personal and brutal. So even the royal children got training in the battle arts, and they have child's armor here, which is interesting.
Ready, grandchildren?
I don't think so.
No.
So here's the duel. We're going to start it right now.
So there was quite the collection of swords and armor and weapons of destruction and
Lots of them.
knives and
Things I don't even know what to call
Yeah.
them. They were so big and scary looking.
we were saying how amazing it was how much of this they have and how well preserved it is, huh?
Yeah. I can't even believe they have that much metal. You would think once not in use, they would have melted it all down.
Mm-hmm. So it was pretty amazing. I think we're just scratching the surface of what they have here. So we're going to explore a different area.
One of the most moving exhibits focus on one of the most heroic chapters in French history, the Resistance. A Free France movement was supported by brave men and women who fought against the occupation during World War II. You can see devices used to communicate with London, moving posters calling for liberation, and the uniforms of soldiers who continued the fight from abroad. Photos, artifacts, and first-hand accounts bring this chapter of history to life. It's a powerful and humbling exhibit that honors the spirit of defiance that kept the flame of French liberty alive during its darkest hours.
So we just came out of, and I don't know if it's a permanent exhibition here or a temporary exhibition, but it was on Charles de Gaulle, who I have known almost nothing about.
I only knew the name.
Yeah.
I heard the name.
So it was very interesting to get this deep dive into his history and his legacy.
Especially the founder of the Fifth Republic.
Fifth Republic. So, which also leads to, I guess, I don't have a good appreciation for the political history in France and the multiple republics. So as we've been spending time here, we've been hearing things about Napoleon Bonaparte, several things that have sounded favorable because both you and I have said we've kind of had this negative impression.
Yeah, through our education.
Yeah. So it's kind of left me with this desire for once we leave here to do some more reading about Napoleon, about French history, because it's very intriguing, very interesting. And now that we're here, it kind of helps to connect the dots with things as we learn more.
Yep.
And it is after 1. We've already spent over 3 hours here. We're not done, but we are going to go step out, have lunch. They said with our ticket we can come back in. So it's time for a mid-afternoon bite to eat.
And we go right.
We'll go. Julie says we're going to go this way.
Right.
There's so much to see at the museum, but by now we had been here a few hours and we're getting hungry. We stepped out to break for lunch at Les Invalides, where Julie enjoyed a creamy salmon pasta, while I opted for a fresh, healthy salad. Then it was back to the museum for more military history.
The museum's exhibits on the 2 world wars are both extensive, educational, and deeply moving. If your memory of history classes from school is dry, visiting a place like this brings history to life. The displays on World War I take you into the grim reality of the trenches, showing the gear soldiers carried and the personal items that connected them to home. It's a poignant look at the immense human cost of the conflict.
The World War II section is equally comprehensive, covering the fall of France, the occupation, and the eventual liberation.
Before leaving, we stopped in the museum gift shop, filled with books, models, and unique military-themed souvenirs. As we stepped outside, military drills were underway, a reminder that this historic complex is still connected to France's living military tradition.
I had scheduled this on our itinerary, the Musée des Invalides, for the morning, and which we arrived at 10.
Arrived in the morning.
Right, when they opened, and now it's after 4 p.m. So you can spend a lot of time here. We only saw like half of the things too, by the way.
Yeah. But you get kind of
that's for 6 hours.
Too much information overload.
Yeah.
It starts to get to you.
Yeah, but lots to see. Different epochs of history and war history, artifacts. Some very well put together presentations. If you're in the area and if you're into military history, I could see people making like multiple visits here. Probably if you have the museum pass, that would be a way to do it.
Yeah. Very nice. Very
nice. Now it's after 4 p.m. We're going to do some walking. And at some point, if I see a coffee shop, we may stop for afternoon coffee.
Even though we had a late lunch, but that's
okay. Yep. Paris, here we come.
Okay.
After our museum visit, we walked down the Champs-Élysées, where we paused at a nearby park to admire the artwork Bouquet of Tulips by Jeff Koons, a modern burst of color against Paris's historic backdrop. It's nice in the afternoon to take these sit-down breaks in the park in Paris. We've been to this one by the Louvre several times. They've got lots of chairs. Some recline a little bit. We got a couple of those today. Little half-hour relax moment.
Yeah, it's nice. It seems to be the Parisian thing to do.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people here.
Not
a lot, right? It's a good amount of people.
Yep.
Like any good Paris day, we fit in a little shopping on the Champs-Élysées at Zara.
Oh, we got something?
Just a white linen, very cotton shirt.
Yeah.
Card only. Leaving articles on the tray. Are you kidding? They picked it up already.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, self checkout in Paris?
Self-checkout. It was awesome.
Back home where we live, retail shops are struggling. Lots of empty storefronts. Malls aren't what they used to be. Here in Paris, it's
thriving.
quite the opposite.
Big names.
And there's people in the stores. Some of the stores have lines to get inside.
Yeah, even the expensive ones.
Yeah. I suppose if you like shopping, Paris is the place to go. Oh, okay, so all of them went when we were supposed to go. And now we're not supposed to go, but we're going to go. Okay. I think walking here, the green man and the red man on the light thing is a suggestion. Don't seem like that? No.
For the bigger streets,
Yeah.
the cars stop. So,
But on many streets, you're not, like we get the red for walking and people are going
yeah,
when it seems okay.
it's clear.
Because it's clear. So, and we haven't seen that be a problem. And I don't know if we've talked about this yet or not, but in the subways or the metro, we have seen almost every day at some point on our metro riding the ticket police
Yeah,
checking to see that you actually checked your Navigo card or whatever you're using.
pay for it. Have a ticket.
Yep.
Get in.
If you're thinking about hopping over the turnstile, which we've seen somebody do,
Yeah.
this is not the place to do it because there's a higher chance than many places you'll get busted. A mid-afternoon stop for dessert was memorable. We enjoyed Chocolat Mon Amour, indulgent and worth every bite.
Oh boy, this is something, honey. Let's see. Look at all that chocolate goodness. Oh my goodness. And it's warm.
Oh yeah?
Yum yum.
It was another wonderful day in Paris, and we had our final meal at a cozy cafe, sharing pizza and glasses of wine. A perfect ending to a full day in Paris. Well, we seem to have adapted to the dinner time in France.
Yes.
At home, we usually would be having dinner around 5:30. We just finished up. It's almost 9:30 p.m. here.
Yeah.
Restaurants are still crowded. Yep, packed. And we will be at our hotel in about 5 minutes. And that's a wrap for another day in Paris, France. Good night.
Bye.
Today's highlight was a visit to the Musée de l'Armée. More than a walk through a museum, it's a journey through the triumphs, tragedies, and defining moments of French history. We highly recommend adding this to your Paris itinerary. It offers a new perspective on the city and the nation's story. Thanks for joining us on this adventure. We'll be back again with more adventures at the places where we go.